Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkabutterfly.com. Thank you so much for joining me again today for another card making video. It's our Stamp Around UK video hop today, so there will be links in the description, so if you want to just sort of click through where it says more and more again, it'll expand the box and you can see all the links to all the other participants in our hop today. So our theme is love. Okay, and it's not generally a theme that I make cards for, but you can sometimes think outside the box. So with these things, and love can mean anything. So I've chosen to use the Feathered Fun stamp set with these lovely little birds that are cuddling together. Okay, this one's nice because it's in like a heart shape and everything, but I thought these ones were cute because they're just sort of snuggling together. And then I'm going to use this love sentiment from Layered Thoughts. Okay, so that's what we're using today. Okie dokie then. So got all sorts of things all around me, and I've just found the card base that I thought I'd lost. So I'm going to create a background very simply, do some quick colouring. Okay, and we've got a layered sentiment there. So it's not going to be super complex card today, but hopefully it gives you some ideas on what you can do. Okay, so we're going to stamp our birds with Memento ink so that we can do a little bit of colouring. So I'm just going to do that onto some basic white cardstock. It's just a scrap that I've got that's just the right size. Okay, so we're going to stamp that down. What I did discover in preparing this card was that the willow white is great for stamping on, not so great for blends. The ink bleeds quite a lot, so it's just to let you know about that. I'm going to do my main sentiment in Gorgeous Grape this time. So on the sample card I've used Pool Party in the background, and then Pretty Peacock for that accent. This is Gorgeous Grape. Okay, so again, I didn't really want to go with pinks and reds and things like that. I wanted to do something a little bit different. So that's stamped, because what I'm going to do is do some fussy cutting once everything's stamped. Okay, so put that to one side just for a second, and we'll just quickly colour this in. So on this one I actually used I think it was Lemon Lime Twist, actually. Yes, it was Lemon Lime Twist with Lost Lagoon. So sort of tonal colours, but not the same as in the background. For the card today, I'm going to use Lemon Lolly. Nice, pretty. These aren't supposed to be realistic birds, so you can really make this fit whatever you want. They look a bit like because they've got that little Mohican sort of what do you call it, a crest. They kind of look like maybe they would be good as cardinals, which is like it's an American bird, but I think they're almost like British robins. I think they kind of like a winter bird or something, because you see them on Christmas cards. Just a little bit of brown just to go into the beak there, just to colour it in. And then I'm going to do Highland Heather. So I'm going to use the light. So I did this bird that's sitting sort of a bit further back. I went over that one with the dark Lemon Lolly. I'm not doing any shading on this. This image is so teeny tiny. So this is Highland Heather, and the light marker. You can just do a little bit of dark here and there if you want. And then on the one that's sitting a little bit further back, I'm going to use the darker colour, just so they look a little different when they're sat together. kind of a boy girl vibe going on. If you want to do that, it's up to you. Don't have to, of course. It could just be two little birds just having a bit of a snuggle. Okay, so we're just going to fussy cut this out. Okay, this isn't too bad to fussy cut, so I did the larger birds, sort of like little budgies. I think that was, when was that? Was that last week's card? Can't remember now. And all of these are really nice and easy to fussy cut. They're reasonably sort of smooth, non-fussy shapes. Okay, so just a little bit to go around at the bottom, around their little feet, but they're not terribly detailed, so just move your cardstock as you go round. Like so. Okay, so there's that, and then we can do our sentiment. Looking for somewhere to put that scrap there, that'll do. So I'll just make that a little bit smaller. Again, I'm not going to go into every nook and cranny on this, just sort of around and about. I'm not going to go all the way down that V. I'm just going to go in a little bit. Could if you wanted to. Your card, your choice. So if you want to go into a little bit more detail with your fussy cutting, you can. I'm not going to. And this sort of almost looks like brush strokes or whatever, so oops, a little bit of a more rustic look isn't going to be out of place. Okay, so just whiz around that, and again I'm not going to go all the way to the top of this. I'm just going to loop it around a little bit just to give it a bit of shape and a bit of interest, but not go balmy. But again, if you want to do that, you can. And then we'll just go around the E at the end there. You know, these letters are actually far enough apart that you could actually snip them away from each other as well and have them individually. I've just noticed you could easily snip around some of those if you wanted to do them separately. Okay, so both of those are going to go up onto some dimensional, so let's grab those now. Oops. So just have a couple on the birds there, and I think we need probably 3 on this one, or 1 more in the middle. There we go. So there's our little elements to go on, and we just need to stamp our background. Okay, so you'll probably want some scrap paper to put underneath your underneath that, because you're going to go off the edge. So just grab some scrap, whatever you've got. And my background I'm going to do with Fresh Freesia. Okay, so sort of tonally in keeping with what I've coloured and stamped already. Okay, and we need our Love Sentiment back, so just clean that off quickly. So the first image we're going to put down is basically where we're going to do the layering. So choose where that's going to go, and it's going to go about there. Lots of thought going into that one, of course. And then you're going to build up around it. Okay, so I'm not going to worry too much if it's not super lined up. It's just a fun background. You can of course take a bit more time over it if you wish. I'm just going for that fun sort of background. Just finishing off those edges so it looks like it does continue off the page. Just a little bit over here, so as I say, not too worried about it being straight or anything. There we go. And a little bit down here. And that's our fun background that we're going to use. And we can pop that straight onto our card base. So we'll just use some stamping seal for that. Straight onto just a plain white card base. I'm using plain white ones. I decided not to add a coloured card base and just have a white border around here, but you could easily bring in the Gorgeous Grape or even the Highland Heather or the Lemon Lolly, I guess. Okay, so our cut sentiment or fussy cut sentiment can just layer over this here, and our birds are going to perch on top. So you can still read it. Keep them hanging off a little bit so they're on top of that V there. Okay, so how you like it. Move it around a bit, have them a little perched on. Now then, I've got the little heart that I've mounted to add, and I just did it in the pale pink on this, and they're sort of a bit lost, and I don't know, I think I'm just going to go back to the Gorgeous Grape and just add those little hearts as like a faux embellishment. If you see what I mean, just like that. There we go, that's it. I'm fine, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to fill them in, I'm just going to leave the outline on these ones. I think that looks cool. Okay, so there's my interpretation of the theme for this time around, creating a nice simple background for our love theme. Okay, so don't forget to have a look at what everybody else has made. I'm sure there's going to be loads of interpretations of this theme, and there's loads of stamp sets to choose from. So do enjoy it. I think I'm very much looking forward to seeing what everybody else has made too. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Do stay safe, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.